Alrighty, everyone, what's going on? Welcome to the decompression stream and show after the Stuttering Craig appearance here on the Level 1 podcast. And, I mean, essentially what I like to do, by the way, my hair's all screwed up because I was wearing headphones, so now look, it looks like I have a big dent in my head, so of course you're all going to make jokes about me being dented and stuff, and that's fine. That's to be expected, right? So anyway, wow. That was a very, very interesting appearance, don't you guys think? Like, to be honest, now, I'm going to be honest here, okay? I don't want this whatsoever to be a monetized hate against Stuttering Craig segment of the show. That's not the intention here. He literally said in that he thinks that's what I do. And I told him, well, don't you watch my content? And he goes, well, no. I said, I don't do that. I don't do entire segments where I monetize hate against people. I would never, I don't do that. That's why I'm like wondering why you did it to me, right? And I'll just go ahead and I'll just say this, all right? The reason that I ended the show like I did was very simple, all right? It's very simple because he didn't show me respect. He literally told me, and you guys don't know this if you didn't see it yet, he actually told me to go fuck myself during the show when I was being incredibly cordial with this man. I didn't betray him. I didn't snake him. We didn't have special guests to crap on him. There was no gotcha moments. There was no, oh, here's a bunch of questions about your past that you weren't expecting. I was as cordial as I possibly could be with that man, right? Was I not? And I tried my best, but over the course of that interview, he literally did things I didn't expect he would do. He actually self-exposed himself by reading our email correspondence, which I was like, dude, there is no way he's going to read it because it makes him look bad. And then he did. I was like, what? Like, I can't imagine, right? I can't imagine that he would have done that. And then by the end, again, instead of manning up, apologizing for what he did, he insulted me and told me to go fuck myself. So, you know, do you really think that I was going to spend any time with that? Like, what are you talking about, right? You know? So, absolutely ridiculous. But, you know, you want to do contrasting stuff. Like I said, okay, I absolutely, positively, 100% had bigger beef with Keemstar, all right, than I ever did with Stuttering Craig, right? But look how the Keemstar interview went, and look how the Craig interview went, right? Night and day. Because Keemstar, he gets the game, he understands how it works, right? He really does. And he knows how to behave himself, how to read the room, how to do things properly. I'll give him credit for that. You know, I don't agree with all the things he does. Keemstar does a lot of, you know, immoral things, I feel, in his content. But man, he showed me respect. We literally just talked about this last week, that if you treat someone with kindness and respect, they'll reciprocate. It's the golden rule. I just showed Craig, you know, nothing but kindness and respect. I was trying to be nice with him. He decided to read things that I had no idea he would ever even read, and basically self-felt it himself, you know. And I mean, I cannot help the man. I just can't. I tried. I was like, maybe we could like get him to just say he's sorry and he'll look better and then we can just move on. And he wouldn't do it. All he said was he was sorry that my feelings were hurt and that my viewers' feelings were hurt. He literally didn't apologize for the heinous thing he did, public bullying that was monetized, which wasn't part of the agreement of me being on his show. And then, by the way, he didn't do it once. He did it again, and he did it again. He kept doing it. It wasn't like, oh, a one-time thing. He kept doing it. So that was pretty crazy, in my opinion. I wasn't expecting that. To be honest, I really, really thought that was going to go like the Keemstar interview. But, you know, I guess that's kind of the nature of getting into this kind of stuff. And me, I'm new to it, right? I'm totally new to this kind of shit. I thought 100% it was going to go cordial and then he acts like that. I mean, when he told me to go fuck myself, I was like, holy shit, like, what on earth? Like, okay, wow. I think that, so he's trying to save face and shit. And then he does, like, so, I mean, and by the way, after he tells me to go fuck myself, he actually thinks that I'm going to want to be on his show. On what universe do you think that would happen? He actually, I had him going. You saw that, right? At the end, I had him going. He actually thought I was interested in being on the show because he was going, oh, yeah, you could come on. Oh, my God. Oh, cool. Yeah. Josh Moon, absolutely. You know, Josh Moon, absolutely, positively, 100%. Was respectful to me in every way. And we don't agree at all. We don't agree with each other at all on that shit, right? Okay. So anyway, what we need to do is we need to do shout outs. And if a lot of these things are very negative towards Craig, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to be a man of my word. I'm not going to sit here and have this be a shooting gallery and an attack on Craig. I promised him that. We're not going to do that. If it's other messages or positive things, but if it's things like, oh, fuck that guy, I'm not going to be going crazy reading that. All right? That's not what this is about. It's not what this was about to begin with. But I'll tell you this, like, that is it for me. Like, I have nothing else to say about the guy. That interview will speak for itself with the way he behaved. I don't need to say or do anything else. Like I said, in all these situations, these people are actually doing this to themselves. You understand? They're actually, like, self-felting. I didn't even really need to have to do much there. He's like, oh, I want to read the emails. Like, you actually want to prove that you ignored me at a time when you said that I should send you the information that you wanted to prove everything going on? Because the truth is, all of this would have come out a year and a half ago. That day after the interview, I would have sent him the stuff about WWE champions. He would have had it. And then that Friday would have been a completely different show. But he just couldn't be bothered to be a professional and read his email and shit. You know, I was like, wow, you leave the avenue open. You say, send it to me via email. I'm about to do it. You ignore me, and then you rag on me. Okay. So, I mean, again, I didn't do it. I just, yeah, I wish him, and I will publicly say this, I wish him the best. I really do, even though I told him to go fuck himself because it was just me retaliating against what he said. I wish him the best. His show has taken off. It's a political show. He thinks it's not. It's political. It's totally politics and culture war shit and stuff like that. He basically went down the same route as many other people, and he's found success doing that. Kudos to him, you know. But I'm done with that shit. You know, there's nothing at all for me to talk about with this guy anymore. I want no involvement with him. I want no content with him. He actually thinks it would have been good content for him to come on my channel and I beat him up at Street Fighter 6. Who the fuck would have cared about that? What? Who wants to see me on the year anniversary of his show but my detractors? My viewers don't watch his show. How's that going to give me a boost? Like, to think he, like, lives in this alternate reality of his existence because he's found popularity in a space that already was popular. He jumped in, and he's successful now. Good on him. But now he actually thinks, like he's going to give me the rub or something. Like, there's no rub to be given. No one cares about me being in Craig's content or Craig being in my content. It's stupid. Anyway, let's go ahead and start with shout-outs because we have a lot. By the way, I have to turn on pop-ups. The pop-ups have been disabled. So I need to turn on pop-up messages for your contributions now. I was a man of my word. I had pop-ups disabled. I didn't talk to chat, right? I was as transparent and living up to whatever I could be as I could be. And that's what he wanted. That's, you know, shit, man. Okay. YouTube pop-ups are now enabled. So, okay. So we'll go through the YouTube side first. We're going to read everything out. Again, guys, from now on, this is a normal stream for me. So if you could contribute to the stream to hit the goals and everything, I would really appreciate it. Let's keep that king streak alive. Let's get it to 36. Okay. So let's scroll down here all the way. Wow, you guys were contributing the whole way, huh? So Andy had done a super chat and said we shouldn't treat him like he treated you. No, you shouldn't. In life, you treat others how you want to be treated. You want to be treated with respect, right? He says go fuck yourself. Well, then now I have the door open to say that too because he said it first, right? It's that simple. But no, I don't want to be constantly at each other's throats with people in life. I don't. So no, absolutely not. I don't want anyone attacking the man. I'm not kidding you when I say this. His detractors, because he has detractors, he just ignores them, which is wise. Dude, they sent me like a manifesto. I'm not even shit. Like, they sent me so much shit about him that, you know, and I looked at it briefly and I'm like, I'm not going to entertain this. I'm looking at, I'm like, dude, I don't need to know about this man's history, about the shit 15 years ago, about, you know, all this nonsense, you know, fucking such, I don't want to say it because, you know, I don't want to get the guy in trouble for anything because that's not what the point was. It was just stupid. Like, why am I going to bring that shit up? But it was crazy. This guy has it, and it's just like, yeesh, right? So anyway, thank you, Andy. Andy had done another super chat. Here, oh, I can actually click on these. Hold on. I can do this. Oh, well, Phoenix Arch just did one, and it trumped it. He says, oh, he basically insulted Craig and the mic. Yeah, he was having mic issues. That's not his, I mean, Discord is kind of wonky. I don't fault him for having Discord issues and having the mic be screwed up. That's, you know, that's neither here nor there. We got it fixed, so that's fine. Annie Antics with a membership. Thank you, Annie Antics. Andy with 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Andy. BRS with a membership. Thank you, BRS. All right. Alex Roberts with a £2 super chat. Bow down and kiss the king's ring, he says. Thank you. Andy with a super chat. Craig, not reading the email is 100% kayfabe. Now, wait, what does that mean? Does that mean he's faking, or does that mean that's truthful? I forget, because I haven't been into wrestling lingo in a long time, right? I don't know. What do you guys think? What does that mean? It means it's bullshit? Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that, and again, this isn't shitting on the guy. This is facts. He read it, not me. You're on an interview. He hits you with a surprise question. Will you provide evidence of what you're saying to prove your innocence or whatever? And I'm thinking in my head, well, the truth is, you know, the whole WWE Champions thing. I don't want to get into it now because I talked about it last night over on DSP Reaction. You can check it out. The entire story's been explained, right? And I'm like, here's the truth. It's very convoluted, right? Very convoluted. I can't just even really explain it and have it make sense, or even, he'll say, prove it. So I need to get the documentation together. I need to show him different accounts. I need to do different things, right? And so I'm thinking I might do it after the show. I'm not sure yet. And then after the show, I legit decided I wanted to do it. I was like, I'm going to do it. This is good. Yeah, I'm going to do it. And then he just never gave me that chance. He literally destroyed me on his show the next day. And then he did what he did. And then later on, he sends me a condescending email about, oh, we just wish you the best. Literally, you just did a bullying stream. We monetized all my detractors, right? And now you're going to say you wish me the best? No, you don't. You literally don't. You proved that with your actions, right? Anyway, Purple Pickle Yum Yum, thank you for the super chat. He did a couple of them. He actually wanted us to kiss. That's pretty disturbing. I don't know how we were going to kiss through the internet, and I wouldn't kiss him regardless, but that's pretty disturbing. Boniface Enjoyer did a super chat and says the king always wins. Thank you. Smarty did a super chat, and it is kind of insulting towards Craig, so I'm not going to read it. Tartarian Truth did a super chat. He did apologize. You're letting ego disrupt. Oh, he apologized, but did you hear what he apologized for? He apologized for the fact that my feelings were hurt and my viewers' feelings were hurt. He didn't actually apologize for the bad action. In fact, he's like, I don't know if it would have happened again. Like, he's basically saying he might have done it again, too. He thinks it's okay. That's ridiculous. If you don't apologize for the action, it means nothing, right? It means nothing at all. Let's see here. Volsaire did a super chat and said, Craig is a nice guy. Well, there you go. We have someone for Craig. And then Boniface and George did a super chat and he said total Craig defeat. I don't think it was total Craig defeat at all. All right? I don't. I felt like there was two ways it can go. Well, actually, there's three ways it can go. It could be totally 100% cordial, no real harshness at all, right? And it could just be basically it's a nothing burger, right? Or it could be somewhere in the middle, which I feel like it was. I feel like this appearance was somewhere in the middle. Or it could have been, as Keem deems it, the internet blood sport match. We were at each other's throats and constant insults, and we didn't do that. We didn't go that route. And I'm happy we didn't go that route. I had no interest in going that route. Okay? But, you know, it went how it went. Okay? All right. Let's see here. Oh, Blackjack he became a member for 5 months, and then he did a super chat, and he said, Craig went out of character. He's not cordial when he's upset. So I think what Blackjack Yak is saying is he feels like I basically did get to him. You know what I'm saying? I did get to him, And that's why he said that. Like, he actually got genuinely upset that everything that he had done on this show basically kind of like exposed who he is as a person. Like, he said, 20 years on the internet, and this show, now you're not going to say negative things about my character. That's the thing. I didn't. He did. I didn't do it. He did. He proved how disingenuous he was the entire time through his actions. I didn't do it. He read the emails and everything. I didn't. Again, this is the same with my detractors doing it. It's the same with Rich falling apart. They're doing it to themselves. I don't have to do anything. I didn't have to sit here with his detractors and talk about personal shit from his past. He literally fell apart during the actual stream. That's true. Parasolo says the charity stuff was weird. The charity stuff is very weird. Okay? The charity stuff is insanely fucking weird that he would do that. By the way, I'm being told right now he is live on stream and he is accepting donations from my detractors, and he has $400 right now. So does that sound genuine? By the way, he had to go because he had family stuff to take care of. That's what he told me. He says, I got to go in 90 minutes because I have family things I have to do, so it has to be a 90-minute interview. That's why I rushed the ending like that. But he's on stream right now accepting donations from my detractors, huh? Gee, that seems like a really genuine person, doesn't it? That's very interesting. He literally said it on my stream too, you know? What? But he's on stream now. Okay. Let's continue. So by the way, because people are saying contribute to the coffers, people have tipped. I'm not reading it out yet. I'm getting through the YouTube contributions first. Then we're going to get to the tips. Okay. So very well, we may have hit this. We may not. I have no idea. All right. Okay, let's continue. Bungus says, who was the guest, Phil? Answer the question. What are you talking about? I was the guest on his show. Or he was the guest today on my show. I have no idea what you're talking about. Volsaire did a super chat. He says, Phil the bridge builder. Yes. Oh, Bungus says, please tell us the guest who refused to come on after the Side Scrollers pylon stream. Invite them on now for an interview. I told you, I reached out to quite a few people. And I'm sorry to say that one of the people who had agreed to come on isn't talking to me. They just, after that happened, they basically said, I can't take the risk. And now they're not talking to me anymore. So I can't have them on. They refused to respond because of that, because that happened. Literally, because that appearance last year happened the way it did and the way that they turned me into basically a villain after the interview. This person literally has shut off all communication with me. So I can't do that interview now. That's completely locked off to me probably forever, I would think. Right? Okay. Let's see here. Richard did a super chat. He thinks Craig's a liar. Now, I'm not going to call him a liar because I'm not the man. He was just on here and said, I just don't check my email. I don't know why you would have someone on your show as a guest tell them to send you information via email that's critical to the story of the interview you just did and then not check your email. I just don't understand that. But maybe I'm logical thinking and he's not. My line of thought is that basically that's not what his intention was. After the interview ended, he didn't care what the real story was. He just wanted to benefit now from it. Because like I said, the interview was a nothing burger. It's 5 hours. It's very boring. He didn't get the confession, which we never talked about me confessing to anything in the interview. He tried to get me with that, and he didn't get it, and he was very upset. So he had to spin it in a way that he was going to personally benefit from, right? So he didn't care if I had information to actually send him to prove anything anyway. He didn't give a shit. That wasn't what it was all about to begin with. In my opinion, I could be wrong. Genuinely, he may have just not checked the email, but I mean, that's still completely unprofessional, right? Someone just gave you 5 hours of their time. You asked them to follow up. They follow up, and you ignored them. Let's see here. Big Bill did a super chat and insulted me. That's good, so I'm just not going to read it. Ted did a super chat. Excellent. Felting the King's vengeance is a just cause. That was, I mean, honestly, that was not really a felting, right? At all. That was me having a conversation with him, and he just kept going further and further into this loop of, oh, I just don't read my emails. Like, that's all he really, that was his entire defense. I just don't read my emails. That's all he had to say. Like, that's not a defense at all. So I didn't really have to felt him at all. He did it to himself. If he didn't read the emails, there wouldn't have been that evidence, because I'll be honest, I didn't have the email in front of me. I could have got it. I knew I wasn't going to need it. I'm serious. I knew I wasn't going to need it. Big Bill did a super chat, but I mean, excuse me, Big Boss did a super chat, but it is insulting Craig directly. I'm not going to read that. Luthace did a super chat, and he says Craig is live now talking shit. I know, because you know we just you guys just told me. Phoenix Arts did a super chat. Hold on tight to the last chip. What do you mean, this chip? I mean, that chip ain't going nowhere at this point. Seriously. Zebby Bo Bebby with 27 months in a row says, oh, I just insult. I'm not going to read that. And Purple Pickle Yum Yum. There you go. Thank you for the super chat. But you have to understand that if he is live right now monetizing the detractors again, all he did was prove the point, right? Like, literally. So, in his mind, it's a win-win. If he squashes the beef with me and I'm on his podcast, that's big. He'll get views, he'll get attention from the haters, right? If it ends not amicably anymore, right? That's good, because now he gets attention, he monetizes the haters. So you understand, it's just about monetizing the haters. It always has been. It always will be. That's the only reason he even agreed to be on the show, because he could do it again. I mean, he's literally once again proving it by himself. I don't have to do anything at all. I don't have to lift a finger at these people. It's pretty funny. Okay, so now Gaia is saying Craig isn't talking shit. People are lying. I spent 10 minutes there. His supporters are talking shit, not him. He's telling people not to send him money. Well, wait, why don't you do this, Craig? Why don't you just tell your supporters to donate to charity? Right? If this is the big thing, right? Because, again, you got to save face. Why don't you just tell your supporters right now, which is not your supporters, it's the detractors of mine who are doing this, by the way. Why don't you just tell them to all send their contributions to a charity right now? Right? There you go. I don't want you to send the money you made during my show to charity, but every time that someone's sending you money and insulting me, send it to charity. If that's, you know, I mean, if you're being serious, if you're being, you know, if you're being genuine, do it. Yep. He's telling people not to tip, but he's reading out every tip in Super Chat. Okay. All right, let's continue. So, now we're going to get the tip shout-outs. Okay? And it doesn't look like we've hit the tip skull, just so you guys know, but let's start reading these out. So, I received a $20 tip actually early this morning. This was from Darren. He says, you know, lying shouldn't be rewarded, but coming clean and manning up should be. Thank you. I assume that you lied and had to continue to defend that out of fear of losing your audience back then, correct? Yes, because here's the thing. Me playing a mobile game shouldn't matter at all to anyone, right? Now, obviously, there's a problem there. I'm playing a mobile game. I'm spending. I shouldn't have been doing that, correct? I think we can all agree on that, right? You know, if I come out and say publicly, yeah, I'm doing it, first of all, it's no one's business anyway, right? It never was. It's just a guy playing a mobile game. And the way that the detractors were grossly over-exaggerating everything about it, the amount of spending and shit, which is not true, you know, it would have made me look horrible, correct? So, yeah, I had to basically lie. And I was just like, you guys, I don't want to talk about it anymore. But then people keep bringing it up. So, you know, again, but we talked about this last night. I don't want to talk about it again. That's not the point. It's to keep talking about it endlessly. It's already been admitted in everything, and I think we're good on that regard, okay? But thank you. There's a $20 tip, and I'm well aware of what's coming up tonight, because Darren says tonight there's going to be, you know, this and that coming up in the documentary. I know what's coming up tonight. I'm well aware of it. I haven't watched it, but we already skimmed through all the topics. I know what they all are. You know, there's not going to be any, oh my God, blindsiding, I don't think, and the rest of it. I think we're pretty good at this point. But I do have to find the $20 tip animation. It worked. Okay, cool. So that was Darren. Cool. All right. Let's get started here with all of this. Holy crap. I got a $2.25 tip from Sour Nipples. And he's trying to cause drama. Dude, why are you trying to cause drama? Shut up. No, really. It's like, you tip me, oh, did you know this guy's doing this over? I don't care. I don't care. You're being ridiculous. You're being absolutely ridiculous. I received a $10 tip from Piff343, tossing some coins to fill the coffers. I hope the talk with Craig goes well. You know what's sad is it was literally going fine. He's the one who decided to do with it as he did, not me. I had every intention that I wanted that to go just like the Keemstar interview. I really, really did. I had every intention. I wanted to end nice and cordial, and he's the one who basically self-exposed himself. Then he took it to the realm of insults, right? Personal insults. And then now he's streaming doing awful things, apparently. That's what people are saying. They're saying that he has my incident on his stream and stuff like that. It's like, that's nice. You know, so basically you're Rich from Review Tech USA, right? That's who you are. That's who he is. And if he had absolutely nothing right now, if he wasn't sweating bullets right now for that appearance, he wouldn't be broadcasting right now with my detractors to try to save face. He would be out with doing this stuff he was supposed to be doing with his family. But he lied about that, right? He literally told me 90-minute interview because I got stuff to do with the family. Okay, 90 minutes, and here he is streaming. Okay, dude. All right. So I got a $5 tip from I'm Troublesome who says, I know you told us to respect your guest, but he disrespected you. I mean, you be the judge. I feel like, even though there was some heated talk, all right, and there was, but I think it needed to be heated to hash this thing out and to get it done, right? I feel like, I mean, he's the one who took it to the realm of insult. He's the one who started it all, you know? And like I said, I'm really done with him. Like, there is no more me talking about Craig after today's appearance. There's no point. I have no involvement with this man. I never will again. There's, you know, I don't want to be on the Side Scrollers show. It's a politics show regardless. You know what's sad about it is, all right, there's a lot of things that I feel like would have been good. For example, the whole Concord thing recently, right? And he's making jokes about how bad the game was. He bought the last 2 physical copies and stuff. That's stuff that I could chime in on, right? That's stuff that I could talk all about the aspects of the game. I could talk about everything. That's something that I literally, there's things on his show that I could have contributed to in a very positive way, right? But you know that's never what he was interested in. That's the sad fact. I could have been doing stuff like when I was watching his podcast before I was on as the interview guest, there was like, wow, if I was on this show, I could have added this to this discussion. If I was on this show, I could have added this to this discussion. But it never happened. He chose for it to not to happen. He snaked me after the appearance. He said I was going to be a guest on the show after the show. I do it, then he changes this too. It's exactly as I told Keemstar last week, and Keemstar was like, I didn't know that. Yeah, and he just admitted to it. I'm on the show. I answer his questions. Doesn't matter if they're truthful or not, if he believes me or not. That was never a part of the stipulation of any agreement we had. It was I appear on his show, we get through the tough stuff, and then I can do the fun stuff. We never got to the fun stuff because he cheated me. He took it away. You know? I mean, what kind of a businessman is that? Right? All right, let's see here. I got a $1 tip. Someone says, this is a goated for your ending there. And he basically says what I did yesterday, I guess, was you know, respectable, fessing up. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. By the way, if you want me to do a shout out with a name, you must give me your name in the body of the tip, or else I don't know who you are. Okay? I received, let's see here, a $5 tip. And this person is siding with Craig. Well, good for you. You know what? It's of your own prerogative. You can judge how you want. Okay? Really. I mean it now. You can judge however you want. Because this is not Phil sitting here and bullying and saying, oh no, Craig's 100% in the wrong. You saw the show. So you, from your own subjective view, can make your decisions based on how you saw that going down, right? Go for it. If you actually think that I was the one in the wrong in that show, you know, more power to you. Go for it, you know? For me, my perspective is I really wanted to be respectful to the guy. I felt like I was being respectful to him until he actually went off the deep end. He showed, like they say, what do they say, mask off or whatever? He took off his mask. He read emails that exposed himself, and then he insulted me. All of that before, you know, the only thing I did and the entire thing to maybe insult him was the end when I shut it down. I always said, go fuck yourself. I don't want to be on your show. That was it, right? That was literally it. So, you tell me, but that's you can judge however you want, right? You really can. That's your call. You can make your own subjective opinion. By the way, guys, please like the stream. Engagement is key on YouTube, and if you could like the stream, that would really help me out. And thank you for all this support. I'm going to continue to read it out, but I want to you know, at least say the engagement part I don't read out, right? So, I got a $5 tip. Good job having people on you don't agree with. RTU is yes. I'm a fan of Keem. Even if he's mean, he's entertaining. Craig is not, laughing out loud. Well, again, that's your subjective opinion. I'll be honest with you. In the past, I did find Craig entertaining until he treated me like this last year and, you know, now today. Now it's like, you know, how could you even find entertainment in someone who behaves like that? I can't. Maybe you can, but I can't. But that's up to you to judge. I received a $15 tip from Alex from Phoenix. He says, for those of you, even Phil's supporters, who are upset that Phil did not accept the offer at the end, you cannot accept an olive branch from someone who won't accept their faults in the disagreement, especially when there's clear evidence that they failed to take responsibility in clearing your name. Accepting Craig's lackluster apology would have been a mistake. He'd only screw Phil again in the future. Learn this lesson now, folks. You're not obligated to build bridges with anyone just for the sake of doing it. There you go. Thank you, Alex from Phoenix, for a $15 tip. Wow. I'm shocked. What happened there? Whoa, that is bad. Oh, I think I gotta reload. Holy crap, that's not supposed to look like that. Let me try reloading my animations page to see if that fixes it. That was really lagging, right? Okay, let's try again. That's much better. Okay. So thank you, Alex from Phoenix, for a $15 tip. And no, like seriously, he wasn't gonna apologize genuinely, right? And if anything, again, if he truly felt bad about anything, he wouldn't be streaming right now monetizing my haters again. He would have been like, all right, well, fuck, that didn't go well. Let's move on with my life and we're done. Instead, he's streaming and making money off my detractors again, right? Again, it's the continued behavior. It's continued behavior. You see who the person really is, right? I received a $20 tip. So this is an anonymous tip. You tried at one point in the interview to explain to Craig the value of being nice to someone. You brought up Kino Casino and how differently things went with how they treated you. All this business with Kino Casino literally eventually resulted in you coming clean. All he had to do is treat you with respect, and even now he still insists that that's what he did. He's either disingenuous or intensely self-unaware, and neither is excusable in my opinion. Thank you for the $20 tip. Thank you so much. Let's keep going. So we're getting close to the goal, everyone. We're getting there. We're getting there. Thank you for supporting the stream. I appreciate that. I received a $1.50 tip. My personal opinion is I don't think the email is a very big deal. You're being rather petty about it. I think you lying to them was worse. That's your opinion, and you have the right to feel that. You have to understand that the email was the key way that I could actually clear my name and or fess up to everything, and I wasn't given that opportunity. I wasn't treated with respect. I gave them 5 hours of my time. I was going to go the extra step to keep going. That could have been the redemption arc last year. They made an active decision to not give me that chance and do what they did by not actually checking the email that they told me to send them information in. So you can feel how you want, but facts don't lie, right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, my touchpad froze up, but then unfroze. Okay, I received a $5 tip. Listen to this. This is Dragon's Advocate. He says, be careful, Phil, because you're standing before a fork in the road. You can either become the baby face and turn the other cheek when hurt, or you become the heel and act like a rampaging rhino. You could do either, but you can't do both. Do not take too long to decide, lest the momentum of your redemption leave you behind, and here's rooting for you, King. I told you guys, I have absolutely, positively no intention of, you know, being an internet bully, of causing drama for people. I don't. If anything, you're going to see me ragging on my detractors, right? Who have been doing this to me for 10 years, and now the camera's turning on them, and it's absolutely hilarious, right? I plan on having people on interviews. Like next week, I'm aiming to have June the King on. What I want to do is I want to finish the react tonight, and then I'm going to talk to him about scheduling him to have him on the show so we can have a cool interview, and then just go from there, you know, with other people. But it's positive stuff. This is why Stuttering Craig had to be on the show today, because I wanted to get this out of the way so now we can move forward positively. Today is a crazy day, guys, because number one, Stuttering Craig thing is now done and over with, right? And on top of that, tonight I finished reacting to my documentary over on DSP Reacts, so that chapter of my life is now done. You know what I'm saying? Like, today is a day of closure, for sure. We're closing the nonsense that's leftover bullshit so I can move on forward to the positive future. And that's the whole goal here. What an end of week day I'm having here, right? That's pretty crazy. Okay, continuing on. I received a $5 tip. L on both sides. Footnote, more couples therapy needed for you guys. All right, fair enough, if that's how you feel. I'm not a couple with Craig. I'm happily married. I want nothing to do with the guy moving forward. All right, seriously, I have no desire to ever speak about the man ever again. The good news is we don't even travel in the same circles or anything. Like, I can't imagine having any interaction with him again. He's gone totally in the other direction with politics, even though he says he didn't. He absolutely has. His show is political every single day, pretty much. But, you know, I don't think we'll ever have an interaction. I don't care to have one with him, okay? Casanova says he popped to the side-scroller stream. All he's doing is saying, no, stop donating hate. But as a joke, it's exactly what he wants, and he's accepting it all. There you go. I received a $1 tip. What a day to check back in on. What a huge change in your streams. This is a huge comeback. Happy to see you doing so well, Phil. What a difference today compared to the last time you did an interview with Side Scrollers. That's from Snow Carl. I mean, yeah, it went a little differently, don't you think? It went just slightly differently this time. Just slightly. Thank you. By the way, oh my God, I'm not kidding you. This is the first time I've looked. We have over 1,400 people on the stream. Thank you guys for being here. I had no idea I had that many viewers right now. The stream is not monetized, meaning there's no ads on the stream, so I'm not making any ad revenue on it. If you're enjoying the stream, please give it a like. That will help engagement for the channel. Please contribute in some way if you can, a super chat, membership, or tip. That would help the channel. If you like the content, please do, because I didn't put ads on the stream. I didn't want it to be intrusive to the content today. Okay? Did I add that $1 to the total? I don't know if I did. I'm sorry I'm slow doing this, but this is, you know, this is what we were doing. We're decompressing. This is the whole point. Okay? Continuing on. I received a $5 tip. So basically, he's saying, Craig right now over on his stream is being a real jerk. He's reading every nasty message. He's talking trash. So there you go. I mean, I don't have to do anything. People who have wronged me, all right, expose themselves. I literally didn't have to do anything. All I did was start talking out facts, and he started reading emails. I'm like, okay, he's going to go this route. Because remember, he said, will you open the email? Like, I don't need to open the email. You're going to read it. I know what's in it. I know the situation. Like, I know what happened. So you can read it as much as you want, dude. It ain't going to go your way. And then he did it. I'm like, well, you can't make that up. You can't make up when people self-felt and set themselves up for disaster. You really can't. I didn't foresee that happening at all. Really, I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought today was going to go a completely different way than it did. Man, did it go a different way than I thought. Wow. Oh, by the way, so that should be 90. We should be at 92 now. Okay. Here is, oh, wow. I received a $50 tip. That's the biggest contribution. All right. That is, thank you so much. $50 tip. And this person says, I'm anonymous, but I want to let you know, I feel the need to support you. He said he wasn't proud of the hate stream that he did, the monetize the hater stream, but he has now immediately started one on his channel when he said he had family things to do here on your show, but he's monetizing money from your haters right now instead. All right, well, there you go. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to lift a finger. Thank you so much to an anonymous. That's the biggest contribution so far today, 50 bucks. And that jumps us up to $142 in tips and climbing. Thank you so very much. I received, this is a weird amount. So Cody, it's so weird. Cody has tipped me $21.19. It's a weird amount, so maybe there's a currency exchange there. He says, hey, DSP, I used to watch you until about 2015 because your begging turned me away. Rightly so. I'm sorry for that. Seeing you admit to some of your mistakes and have Keem on has impressed me. I think you have a ways to go, and I wish you weren't so controlling years prior. Oh, I was going to say controlling now. Controlling years prior. Enjoy your day. Thank you. Again, that was the whole reason I'm reacting to the entire documentary. And I hope that if you checked it out, I'm fessing up to stuff. I'm apologizing. You know, I'm doing my best to grow. And I'm sorry for the way that I acted in the past. So with that $21 tip, ladies and gentlemen, it is official. We have hit the King streak, number 36. Okay, number 36 here on DSP Gaming. And that means it is time to make it rain again for the 36th straight stream here on DSP Gaming. Well, some of them were on DSP Reacts, but you know what I'm saying. We have done it. We have crushed it. We have hit all the goals. Thank you so very much. So much for your support. Again, this is crazy. This could be life-changing if it continues. Already, my wife and I are planning on doing some things with this extra income that we've gotten, and I will tell you about those if and when they happen. But this is so good, so positive. Thank you guys so very, very, very much for all of your support in the last month and a half. Let's keep it rolling. You guys are amazing and awesome. Thank you. Okay. I have received a $3 tip from Big Papa Phil. All he had to admit was that taking money from obsessed freaks who hate you as much, who hate on you as a hobby is wrong. But I feel like he actually feels morally justified in taking blood money because he bought into all the things that stalkers told him. All of his sentiment on you is from people whose lives revolved around hating on you. He helped to dehumanize you so he could profit. He's not a decent person. Now, I'm not going to say about he's not a decent person. I don't know about Craig, the real man behind the scenes. I only know about Craig and our interactions. Until the interview last year, I never had a problem with Stuttering Craig. He was totally cool with me and fine. It was nice to me. But it seems like when he had an opportunity to have the big bomb interview, right? That's when it changed. And like I said, my truthful feelings are this, okay? He thought that the interview on Side Scrollers last year, I was literally going to open up my phone, all right? And I was going to show him everything. And he was going to have the scoop. He was going to blow the internet up because he's the one that had the exclusive interview with Darkside Phil, right? Instead, he got a 5-hour nothing burger that only my detractors watched or cared about after the fact. So he's so upset at that that now he's like, well, I don't even care if this guy contacts me again. We got to get him and get something out of this. So they did a detractor monetization stream. By the way, he was also disingenuous because he also did other programs that were related to me. They did a whole show about mobile games and addiction and stuff like that as a topic on the show. You think he would have done that show if I wasn't an interview beforehand? Of course not. He got all this content. All right. All of it. And absolutely ridiculous that he claims, like, you know, what he's claiming. It's nonsense, right? I didn't give him the interview he wanted. He was upset. He didn't want to give me the fair shake after because he didn't care what the truth of the story was. You heard what he said. He literally said in this interview, I don't care about WWE champions. Okay. So if you don't care, then why is this the big moment of contention that I lied to you about WWE champions and you hate me for it and you rag on me the next day? Obviously you did. You did care about WWE champions, right? Anyway, it's neither here nor there. That was a $3 tip from Big Papa Phil, by the way. Okay. I received a $5 tip. An anonymous tipper. That ending was epic, but you can't use "they did it to me" as an excuse for doing the same because eye for an eye. Listen, I agree with you. And the thing is, I needed to end the show, or at least I thought I did, because he claimed he had to go and everything. And the fact that at the end, you heard he said that to me. I didn't say that to him. He literally did that to me. So he wasn't going to apologize for what he truly did. He only apologized that I was upset and my fans were upset. He didn't think anything he had done to me was wrong, even though it clearly is. He self-felt it himself with his own reading, his own emails and statements. He showed the things he had done wrong. He lined out the case against him, and then he refused to repent for it, right? I apologized to him for lying, just like I apologized to you guys last night for the lies when I revealed the truth over on DSP Reacts. But he couldn't do that, right? So then what does he do? He insults me. He tells me to go fuck myself. Right in the middle, out of nowhere, too. And it's like, Now, here's the thing. You know he was going to do that anyway, because you noticed that was his final statement. Like, his final statement was, go fuck yourself for insulting my 20-year reputation. It's like, it's funny that you had that lined up to say at the end there, Greg. You know, and to be honest, I never had any intention of ending the interview like I did that way at all. That was not intended. But when he told me to go fuck myself, that was the end of it. Like, literally, he went ahead and said, I don't respect you, I don't care, by doing that. So, oh well. Now, here's the thing. You say eye for an eye. I'm literally not going to talk about him again after this stream. This is the point. We're ending it here. We had the interview. We have this decompression. It's done now. So there's no point in ever talking about it ever again after today. I'm done with the man. And moving on. So there will not be another eye for an eye for an eye. He can literally do 400 more monetize the detractor streams. Go for it. Because I don't want my detractors' money, and I don't want my detractors' attention. He can have it all. Really. If they all became his biggest fans, so be it. Let them be. I want nothing to do with them. I've only made this apparent for how many years. I want nothing to do with my detractors. So he can have a big pool party. He can invite all my detractors over his house. He could have Duty streams, and he could have Super Crazy in his jacket because he's jacketed. So he's bouncing around in his jacket. And we got demonetized Duty over there hanging out in the pool with a Mai Tai. And we can have, you know, Tevin there. And Tevin could stream the whole thing. Tevin could be there streaming the pool party. And they could monetize the whole thing. I don't care. I want nothing to do with any of them. Good for you. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. I received a $15 tip from Dan on the East Coast. Props to you for facing all this bullshit head on. It's giving us entertainment content, both with games and other content that you're now putting out. You're right. Now, again, I want to preface this, guys. This is going to be the last big piece of, like, drama content. I don't want to keep doing drama content. I want to go back to covering games, and I'm way backlogged on games now because of this drama content. So tonight I'm finishing the react to my documentary. When I come back on Saturday, it is business as usual. It's games and my regular react content. Yes, I will continue to have guests on this show, but they're not going to be overly dramatic guests. Yes, I will felt my detractors. That will happen because they deserve it. And that's entertaining, right? But they deserve it. That's why it's okay to do. They've already given it so much to me over the years that now it's time to give a little back. But outside of that, You're not going to see me going out of my way to do, like, for example, someone says, Review Tech should be next. Review Tech. Review Tech is not going to come on this show. You got to understand this. He's wanted me on his show so many years. I reached out to him. He literally has ignored me. He will never want to be on this show. I think, I don't know if it's he knows better or not. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Yeah, so I'm getting messages from all over the place now about the interview, and basically they're basically saying, yeah, it's pretty much spot on that this is what Craig probably intended to begin with. Like, he was hoping that either way, because again, if Craig, you know, mends the bridge with me, right, and he has me on his show, did I add $15 to this, to the 191 guys? I don't know if I did or not. It was a $15 tip. If he mends the bridge and I go on a show, my detractors show up on a show and pay him a bunch of money and give him attention, right? If it ends poorly, and I'm, you know, we basically go at it, which is what he wanted. Look, he told me to go fuck myself, so that's what he was intending there at the end. Then he still has his detractors on the show and he monetizes us. So he was doing it either way. You see, that was his idea either way to do that. You know what I mean? But anyway, no, I don't think Rich is ever going to be on this show. Guys, did I add the $15? I don't know if I added the 15 or not. I don't think it's a big deal, though. I don't know. I received a $1.25 tip. Will I ever do future collaborations with Brian? It's definitely possible. You know what I would like to do? I'd like to have Brian on this show as a guest, an amicable guest, and we could talk about fighting games, and we could talk about video games and life and streaming and all kinds of stuff. That's the kind of thing I would like to do with the show moving forward, is have a variety of guests, not just people in the drama sphere. I want to have a good variety of people on the show from all different walks of life and stuff, just to shoot the shit. And so I would like to have Brian on as a guest in the future, if he's so willing to. We have talked about it behind the scenes, but we haven't really hashed it out yet because my schedule's crazy right now. Like, I don't even know what's going to happen with my schedule in the next couple of weeks. We'll see. But I would like to have him on for sure. I received a $2 tip. Can you move the Tesla? I'm just kidding, Phil. Loving the current direction. Whatever comes next, have a great day off after this. Thank you. Tomorrow will be my day off. Yes. And my wife and I are trying to figure out what we're going to do tomorrow because it's supposed to be like 95 degrees. Originally, it was we were going to go out and have a good day out, and it looks like it's going to be too hot. Like, who wants to be out in 95 degrees? We sweating bullets and feeling like crap. So we're trying to figure it out. Excuse me. I received a $2 tip. Shout out from North Macedonia. King gets lots of love recently. I started watching you for real. Spy Z Backstab. Your name is Spy Z Backstab? Okay, well, thank you for a $2 tip. I appreciate that. All right, it's finally winding down, but then I got to go back to the YouTube side of things. We got a $5 tip here. You and Craig are too different to get along. You can only agree to disagree. Get Jeff the Hero for a future guest. He was an OG detractor. Funny enough, I actually had a conversation or two with Jeff the Hero after a while of him being a detractor, and it was a very cordial conversation. It was a good one, actually, I feel. But I have absolutely no idea what he's doing in his life right now or anything, or how I would even reach him. I don't even remember how I talked to him. I've forgotten. Okay. So, finally, I'm done shouting out tips. We ended at 200. All right. But now we're going back to the YouTube side of things. Again, thank you. Wow, tons of viewership today. Over 1,400 viewers. Over 500 likes. Guys, again, if you're enjoying the stream, please click like. It helps the content. It helps this channel a lot if you do so. It would be great if you could do that and do me this solid and click like. But outside of that, any contributions are greatly appreciated. Okay? So, back to the YouTube side of things. We've got... Let's see. Yeet Mania did a super chat. Can we watch him live while you react? No. That man will not get any more attention in my content whatsoever. There's no point. He's literally proven everything I've ever said about him through his actions. He really has. Again, I don't have to do anything. The moment he gets off my stream, he says he has family shit he has to do, and he jumps on his stream and is doing a hate stream on me right now to monetize my haters. I mean, he literally has proven everything I just said about him in the interview. So, I don't have to talk about him anymore, right? Purple Pickle says, yes, he made the thumbnail of his stream your incident face. There you go. And he did a super chat. This guy is annoying. He's a culture warmonger. And then this guy is stupid. He's like, oh, you should post all this information. No, I'm not posting any information anywhere at all. Like I said, some people sent me shit, and I'm like, I'm not even going to read this. Like, I don't care about his personal past and shit. I care about what he did to me and my viewers. He literally, the show, DSP Asks It, got canceled because of him. I couldn't do the show, and that was a critical piece of content that was going to bring people to the React channel last year, and I had to give up entirely on it because of the actions of that man. So, you know, like, that's what I care about. It has nothing to do with what he's doing in his content now. You be the judge if you like that content or not. I don't give a shit. Big Boss became a member. Thank you, Big Boss, for the membership. Purple Pickle Yum Yum again with a super chat and saying something disgusting. What a surprise. Bourbon Decay did a 10-pound super chat. Craig uses beauty filters on his stream. He uses whatever. I don't even want to say. Blackjack Yak with a super chat. You've dodged a bullet, because if the stream ended well, disingenuous Craig would be milking you and being fake. He wanted to mend bridges to grift on you forever. Again, for him, it was a win-win no matter what. If we end amicably and I go on his content, my haters go over there and he monetizes it, right? If we end at each other's throats, which we're not, because I'm done with him, you know. But if we end like that, he monetizes. Either way, he monetizes my haters because my haters are so dumb. You understand that my detractors are really low IQ people who act really stupidly, you know? So they're going to give this man money for no good reason. They're just that dumb. There's no other ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? Okay. So, by the way, let's go ahead and talk for a little bit longer. I'm going to take a little break soon because my wife actually should be coming home from work. And when she comes home from work, I want to see how she's doing and, you know, see Jasper Kitty, who's probably out in the hallway right now, and all of that. But then I'll come back and we can either hang out. I mean, it depends. I don't think we're going to have a lot of time. We could just do a hangout session where we talk about anything, or I could play a little bit of Street Fighter. I don't know if you know, we'll see how we feel, right? But let's, anyone else have anything to say about that appearance, or let's get it out now. Let's get it done so that we can move on from it. Because right now, I mean, I really don't have anything more. I really don't have anything more else to say. It panned out in a way that I never expected whatsoever at all. I never thought it would go that way, that he would literally tell me to go fuck myself on my stream. Like, wow. I was nothing but respectful. Yeah, it got heated. We had points of contention. But for him to say that, it's like, holy shit. I mean, did I ever get to him? My 20-year reputation. Yeah, which you just ruined. You ruined it, not me. I didn't ruin your reputation. You did. You're the snake in this situation. You did it to yourself. You read the email. You showed you had no intention of giving me a fair shake because you didn't check the email that was going to have the information you requested. Then you ragged on me all next day without any caring about how it could hurt me or my viewers or my content or my business. It was all about you. That's all it ever was, right? So, I mean, geez, dude. You know, I just don't even know what else I have to say about it. He did it. You can literally watch it unfold. It's an hour-and-a-half beautiful drama play of him sliding down the hill off the cliff edge into the ravine, right? Like, I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to lift a finger. Well, Sarah, my intention was to tell him everything I told you guys yesterday over on DSP Reacts. Like, literally, I was going to show him, you know, my new WWE Champions account. I was going to show him, hopefully, receipts. What I was trying to do was actually get, like, account information to show that I didn't have that phone anymore, but I could show him the new stuff. And I had saved a few things from the old account that I was hoping that maybe, but I don't, again, what would have been enough? I don't know. But 100%, that was what I was going to do. If he had said, yeah, I'm checking this email, I would have said, okay, here's what I've got. Here's the full story. Here's all of this. He would have known it. And then maybe he probably would have had me on again within the next week and would have had a different appearance where I fess up and we move on. And the redemption arc could have started a year earlier. But he wasn't interested in that at all. Like, he literally was not interested in it whatsoever. Right? If he was, he would have checked his email. There's literally no excuse to say, send me the evidence of the truth of the situation via email, as we've been doing, and then he doesn't check the email and then craps on me instead. There's no excuse. There's no justification. Oh, well, I just don't check my email. Then don't ask for me to send you anything after the show. You did. You admitted in that interview that you did say that. You wanted me to, and then you snaked me. So there you go. Oh, let's see here. I received a $2.52 tip. Sour Nipple says, Craig had Melanie Mack on a podcast. She's the person who was laughing at a church that burned down because they support LGBTQ people. I don't know what that has to do with us. Honestly. Like, I don't know what on earth that has to do with me and Craig. Like, that's like you're just trying to stir up nonsense that's unrelated, and that's bullshit. Okay? So that's really dumb. I received a $4.24 tip. I feel like Craig wants to give the impression to the internet he's a fair and honest guy, but he's actually a low empathy person who doesn't hesitate to use others for his own gain. The fact you managed to piss him off showed his true colors. I know. That came out of nowhere. That was like, literally, like, mask off. Go fuck yourself. And then he put the mask back on. I was like, whoa. Out of nowhere? He's going to go to that level? All I'm doing is presenting a case. He's not presenting anything that's a fair defense of the case. And then he's angry at me for saying that I've hurt or besmirched his image of 20 years. Go fuck yourself. Like, dude, you did it to yourself. I didn't even do it. You're the one who read the emails. So, I mean, you did it. Now you're fucked because now everyone saw it. Now you got my detractors who love you, right? And you got your political viewers who love you. But it's going to be hard for anyone to ever trust you when there's evidence you just snaked someone. And they were the big break you wanted that actually got your show attention, that allowed you to have a big break in another sector of content. No one knew who Side Scrollers was until Darkside Phil was on the show. Period. They had all these other guests. They had YouTubers who were way bigger than me on the show. No one cared. They had like 300 viewers. They were breaking like 1,000 viewers on an on-demand video. No one knew who they were. And then DSP shows up on their show and they've got 100,000 views, 3,000 people on the stream watching, and now people are interested in Side Scrollers. So now for the next year, they're trying to leverage that with hate content about me, and eventually they go to the realm of politics and it clicks and works. But that's the only reason they ever saw any viewership. I mean, just to put this in perspective, I was getting more viewers than them, and I was hated by everyone on the internet. No lie. Like, my content was getting more views than them, and no one liked me. Okay? So my being on there was an explosion for them. Okay. I received a $2 tip. I don't want to know about this. See, now people are trying to send me shit. I don't care. I don't want to know about anything else about Craig. I don't want to know about personal shit. I don't want to know who he associates with. I don't want to know anything about that. It's not my business, and that's not the kind of person I am. This is not the Rag on Craig hater stream. This is not, hey, everyone, tell me his dirt so we can talk about it. Let's show up the incident face. Oh, wait, that's what he's doing on his stream right now. He's showing the incident face and doing that shit. That's not, I'm better than that. You understand? All we're doing is talking about the interview that just happened very matter-of-factly, and then we're moving on from it. There will be no follow-ups. There will be no monetize Craig's haters. None of that's going to happen, okay? I received a $5 tip. Your core fans are here no matter what. Craig is the kind of guy that tries to come off as level-headed and fair, but he's a dickhead deep down. Again, mask came off. Mask came right off. I was shocked. I know you guys probably were too. I was not expecting that moment to happen at all. I thought it was going to be like he'd play totally cool and come out as the bigger man. Instead, he shot below the belt first by going there. I was like, wow, that's something else, man. Wingo did a $2 tip. You're indeed the king. You felted Craig. DoorDash some Wendy's chili. We will not be DoorDashing any Wendy's chili today, my friends. It's not going to happen. Okay. Mr. 007 did a super chat. If you think if you had told the truth right from the beginning in your interview last year, wouldn't things have played out differently? I don't think so. I don't think so because, again, at this point, number one, I had no idea I was going to be asked that point blank like they did, like send us evidence. And number two, like I said, I even said this to him in the interview. You wouldn't have believed me. You would have said you want corroborating evidence because I could just say anything. But you're going to say you want this, you want this, you want this. And I didn't have it because I didn't even know he was going to ask that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know that he was going to say, give me evidence. So that's what I mean. I gotta do it the right way. I gotta take my time to do it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Thank you for that. Super chat. What's up, Jade? How you doing? Jade, you thank goodness you weren't here because I know you don't like drama, and we had some drama. I didn't know we were going to have it, but we had some, but now it's over. Okay. Well, 1 second. I thought I heard my wife's car pulling in, but she hasn't come into the house. Oh, I think I hear it right now. I'm waiting for my wife to come home from work because, like I said, I want to split this as a video and split the stream and then come back and hang out with you guys. Hellion said, did my super sticker come through? It did. I'm sorry, Hellion. I missed it. There was a $10 super sticker from Hellion. I completely missed it. I apologize for that. Thank you, Hellion. Excuse me. Jade says, play Street Fighter, some Bison. I don't know. We'll see what people want. Like I said, once my wife is inside, I'm going to take a little break, use the restroom, and then we'll come back and see. I don't know if people want Street Fighter. You just want to hang out for another hour. I'm down for whatever at this point. Like, now I'm nice and cool, and it's just over with, and we could, you know, do whatever you guys want, okay? The Dan Man, you have no idea. He says, I missed the stream. I'm going to watch it right now during cardio. I hope it was good. You have no idea. That, I swear to you, that was not planned. That just happened. That's life, I guess, right? Stuff happens, you're like, whoa. Like, okay. Oh, let's see here. I got a $2 tip. Am I a fan of the Tales series? What's my favorite? Tales of Vesperia was the one that I played before I was even a YouTuber, in the year before I became a YouTuber, and I really liked it. I played the heck out of it. I pretty much like 100%ed everything. I got like every achievement on Xbox that it had. I did play Tales of Exilia 1 and 2. I thought Tales of Exilia 1 was good, but not as good as Tales of Vesperia. Tales of Exilia 2 I got bored of and never finished. I also tried Tales of Symphonia remake, HD remake that they had, and I never got too far in that one either. Really? It's a ginormous paragraph. I can't even finish reading because it's so long. I'm just going to read an excerpt. When he said F you, that wasn't aggressive. That's something men say among each other during situations where you squash the beef. What? I guess you didn't see the interview last week, right? Anyway. All right. My wife is home, everybody. I want to go see her and take a break. I got to use the bathroom. So I will be ending this video here, and I will be back in like a moment. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna, use the restroom or whatever, and then we'll figure out the, what we want to do. Thanks. I'll be right back.